In this fight, Mitchell Good pulled off one of the rarest submissions you'll ever see in a professional match. No one expected this. Absolutely no one. In all my years of watching fights, I've never seen anything even close to this. It wasn't just a fight, it was obsession, desperation, and a miracle all at once. From the very first bell, Angus Witt came out like a predator. Relentless pressure, vicious elbows, total control in the clinch. He was out to destroy. There was no strategy for endurance, just pure aggression, just domination. Mitchell Good was in hell. He wasn't fighting. He was surviving. The look in his eyes said it all. Pain, confusion, but somewhere deep inside, stubbornness. Hewitt kept the pressure even on the ground, smothering Mitchell with control. At one point, Good considered setting up a buggy choke, but there wasn't enough time. Instead, he switched positions, neutralized the pressure, and managed to get back to his feet. But Hewitt didn't let up. He gave Mitchell no space to breathe. In moments like these, it's all about using your head and not falling into the trap of a chaotic exchange. Hewitt tried to drag the fight back into his zone, but during a sloppy scramble, he ended up eating a shot. Still, even then, Mitchell hadn't delivered anywhere near the kind of damage he himself had taken earlier. Hewitt absorbed the shots with ease and kept pressing forward, trying to drop Mitchell, unaware of what was waiting for him in the end. Even then, Good couldn't shake the thought of a solid submission. Hewitt wasn't defending against grappling at all, pouring all his energy into strikes. But by the end of the first round, neither of them had much left in the tank, and both needed time to recover. The second round was more of the same, elbows to the face. At that moment, Mitchell made up his mind. It was time to try. He began adjusting his position to set up the submission he had in mind. It started to take shape, and for a brief moment, it looked promising. It didn't fully materialize, but it was already much closer to what he had envisioned. Blood had already stained the canvas. It looked like the ref would stop it at any moment. But Mitchell was holding on to something inside, a final thread. The bell rang, the crowd roared. Everyone expected a TKO announcement, but the fight continued. Then came the third round. The final chance. It felt like a formality. Angus took control again, pressed him against the cage, forced him to the ground. Mitchell was gasping for air, barely moving. The commentators were ready to wrap things up. Fans were already recording what they thought would be Witt's final moments of victory. But then, with just 1 minute left, something happened that no one could have predicted. Mitchell, like a tangle of shadow and muscle, twisted out of the hold, bending as if his body had no bones. His movement was strange, unorthodox, and suddenly, a submission. A chokehold, perfect angle, instant grip, arteries sealed off. It happened in mere seconds. Angus didn't realize what was happening. He was in shock. His body jerked, trying to escape. But the hold was flawless. It wasn't brute strength. It was geometry, pure genius. The crowd erupted. People jumped to their feet. Some screamed. Others couldn't believe their eyes. The referee leaned in. Angus didn't tap. He went out cold. That was it.